Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in again. This week we got a big parts wallet come in and I wanted to show that off to you. And it's gonna be a cool one, so I got some really cool stuff in there, something I've been waiting on for a while. I'm really excited about that. Let's see what else. You see I don't have wheels on the GTR anymore. I sold them to a really nice kid that was looking for some OEM GTR wheels. I got a good price on them. He came and picked them up and I immediately went and bought some new wheels. They will be here next Wednesday, and then I'll pair them with some tires and get them thrown on here, and they're gonna look awesome. So big milestone. We hit over 1,000 subscribers, and that happened really quickly, and then now we're a little over 2,000 at this point. My last video, the Mishi video, got I think like 18,000 views, so that was really good, and I really appreciate everybody like watching it and giving me your comments and helping out again. I'm sorry I didn't upload a video last week. I was putting in a little extra time so I can make some more money to buy some more parts to put in the car, because I'm starting to run a little broke here. If you're new to the channel and you're just checking out the video for the first time, I made a comment in the first video, it's very long and I apologize about that, that any money that I make in this channel will go directly into this car, and I'm gonna stick by that promise 100%. Eventually, when this does get done, we might get another car and build on that, but the channel itself purpose will go strictly into car building, buying parts, unboxing, and so on and so forth. And I really would like for you to be a part of that journey as we continue to grow, so make sure you hit the subscribe button, leave me a comment. So now that I've got that out of the way, let's roll into the unboxing of parts. All right, so in this unboxing, I want to go ahead and start off with my sponsors parts. So some of you may know, some of you not, some of you new to the channel. My first sponsorship came from Mishimoto. So what we're going to start off today is I have a intercooler here, and I have some heat wrap. All right, boys, so this is it. This is the Mishimoto intercooler that is as close to the size for the OEM spec in the car that I could find. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about quality, build, and how it feels. So first off, touching it, it is hefty. It weighs a lot and it feels super sturdy. The one that's in the car felt like I could crush it with my hands. Mishimoto serial badge on top right here, right there. I like the big M in the front here. So I like this a lot, and I'm ready to get this in there. All right, so the next one, I got some heat wrap. I love the packaging Mishimoto sends their stuff in. It's super easy to open. If y'all saw in the last video, it's just literally, you grab it from here, you open it up like a bag of chips, and you're in, just like that. Okay, so this is the titanium heat shielding, and we're gonna be putting this around our exhaust tubing. Pretty nice. This was not expensive at all. This is kind of a necessity for your exhaust. So we're gonna get that exhaust manifold here. We're gonna get it wrapped up. We're gonna get some stuff put on it, and it's gonna look awesome. Yeah. So big shout out to Mishimoto for getting these parts over to me. They're really nice, and I enjoy them so much. And thank you very much for getting the parts here and helping me out and helping me build this car. So let's move on to the next one. All right, so this is one I've been waiting for a while. I ordered this part from a person named Zerofab, and they do really good work for RB engines and 2Js. And this guy did the intake manifold for Adam LZ's pink R33, and I saw it. And I saw his post that he put it in there, and I really liked the design. So I reached out to him, and the price was amazing. You can even choose your colors and so on and so forth. And I chose mine as black and blue, because that's the color scheme that I'm going for. And yeah, I'm excited to get into this. So let's check it out. All right, so we got an 80mm throttle body. And so here, 80 millimeters, just like that. Hefty, it feels really well made. I like this a lot. The 80mm is super cool in there. You probably never see it, but it's still nice to know this there. Here's the intake manifold. All right. So the welds are in actually really good condition. It's lighter than the OEM. It's a lot cleaner looking, and we can save some space up in there with this one. So I mean, I really like this a lot. It's really cool. And this is the fuel rail that comes with it. And here's guys, Zerofab. I do recommend checking it out. Reach out to him, tell him what you're looking for. He can probably hook you up. And the Zerofab, we can't use the original OEM injectors, nor will we really want to, because we're trying to put power in this. So I ended up reaching out to the guy, and I was like, hey, what size injectors do I need for this? And he sent me a little diagram that tells me the exact specs that you need for it, so on and so forth. So I took those diagrams, and then I reached out to Beachworks, and I got some injectors for this. So this saved me a ton of money if I just went through this guy. And I can't say enough about how nice this is. So I really appreciate it. Zerofab, thank you so much. Since we had this out, we're talking about injectors, I want to go ahead and just pull out the injectors. So once the guy gave me the diagram, I immediately reached out to Beachworks. They're the team that I wanted to use for the injectors for the car. So I told them what I was running. They asked me for the diagram, and within minutes, the guy had sent me a couple of different options to choose from. So for me, personally, I decided to start with 800cc injectors. Let's check these things out. 6 injectors in the box, and we get a little DW sticker, which is cool. And here's the flow data for it right here. So yeah, I'm super excited about that. But to Beachworks, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day and helping me find the parts that I need. And I really appreciate the customer service from you guys. If you're looking for injectors, definitely go with this team. They're awesome. The price is pretty unbeatable, really, and the quality is really good. All right, so the next thing I want to go over that we got in this haul is that I got some connecting rods for the engine. I just didn't feel comfortable using the same OEM rods, knowing that the pistons were already crumbling, and you know, I'm just trying to make this engine last a little bit longer than normal when you're pushing boost like we're going to be pushing. So I bought some Manley rods. They were in my price point. They weren't very expensive. They're not super cheap either. So in the box, we can see that they're already labeled, and this is, I'm guessing, the grams of how much they weigh. Yeah. So big end grams, and each one are labeled right here. Those are their grams weight. And then I'm guessing this is the pin end. Yeah, this is the pin end grams. So each one of these pin end grams are labeled here on top here, which is really cool that that's all there. We have a Manley connecting rod sticker. All right, so here we go. We got the Manley connecting rod right here. And first glance, first feel, first touch is, this is some professional shit right here. Like, so these ARP bolts here, they're starred. That's nice. The weight on it, it's really good. These are really nice, and I hope they'll hold up in the long term. And if they do, I will be a fan for life. All right, so the next thing is I got some new bolts and studs, some head bolts, some ARP head bolts. I'm not gonna open this up just because they're bolts. But everybody said, you know, you gotta, if you're taking the head off, rebuild the engine, you gotta replace the bolts and studs. So the next thing I got is this is more of a dress-up thing, but I gotta eventually buy some dress-up things here and there. So I reached out to this company named Z-Spec, and they make a titanium fastener kit for the R33. So this is something like 300 or something pieces, and I told them I want it black and blue. And let's see what we got in here. We have throttle unit, linkage, fuse box, and assorted brackets. So in this bag, these fasteners, these screws, and these bolts in this bag for all of these things. In this one, we have engine and coil pack covers. Right. Bolts here, and it has a little thing right here that says Loctite, so you're going to use Loctite on these. All right, we have a fender fastener kit, so it's gonna replace the bolts around the fenders, and we have this nice blue color here with the black bolts. It's all within the color scheme, and I'm really excited about that. Reservoir brackets, wiper motor, battery brackets, rad brackets, and support. So these are all the bolts and washers for all of these here. Here we have a crank angle sensor, and you use Loctite for this one. So we got some nice blue fasteners right there. And here's the bolts. You can see them right there. All right, here we have hood hinges and latches. And here we have miscellaneous brackets, license plates, and extras right here. More fasteners, more bolts. This was not super expensive. I think this was about 300 bucks, but considering how much you get in this bag, they have a cheaper one that's not titanium. These are titanium. They have a cheaper one that's not titanium, but I put it side to side, and this one you actually just get more. And the other one's about half the price, and then you add on the extras, you're upping the price. Might as well just spend the extra and get the titaniums in the color scheme that I wanted, and I'm really happy with that right there. All right, so these are the last few parts that I have for this video. One, I just want to go ahead and quickly go over it. We're not going to open it up and get into it, but I really hate the radio that I bought for this car. It was a cheap $200 Amazon Android head unit. I hate it. It's slow. It's garbage. I reached out to Crutchfield and I told them what I like. Unfortunately, nobody really makes that. I had a BMW with the screen on top of the dash, and you can control the radio down here. Nobody really makes that. I think they should. But the next best thing that they had was this Sony XAV AX8000, and this screen is movable up and down. And the screen's pretty big. I think it's like 8 or 9 inches, something like that. So it's bigger than the normal DIN size. So it's gonna come out and stick out, and it's got little arms and so on and so forth. But it's got built-in Android Auto. The reviews on this thing were super great. Crutchfield told me they had one that was open box, but everything is in here and it's still sealed up. The guy that bought it didn't want to even try to install it and send it back. So I got this for a steal, and it was really only like $150 more than I paid for the Amazon one. So I feel pretty dumb. So I want to get this in there. This is going to be cool when we get inside and start doing the dress ups there. All right, so the next things that I have here are some energy parts for the car. So I have a steering wheel, I have a hub adapter, and I have a quick release. But before I get into that, I found this really cool part I found online. It's by PL Motorsports, and I don't know if it's going to fit, but I'm probably going to try to make it fit. I thought it was really cool, and I think it'll be really cool for the GTR. But I found this classic Nissan button. You see this right here? It's a Nissan horn button, and it's classic looking, and I think that it'll go great with this car. So hoping we can get that stuck in there, and if so, fantastic. If not, I will try to figure out a way to make it work. All right, so here we have the hub adapter. Yeah, this is the hub adapter. We have energy hub adapter. I believe this is for an S13, S14. When I reached out to them, they told me this is the one that I need. It does not work with HECAS, but good for us because I got the GK Tech HECAS eliminator. And so we'll be getting this in here pretty soon and getting the new steering wheel put on there as well. There was one I specifically wanted. I ordered it from 3 different people. 3 different people canceled the order because even though it shows in stock, they did not have any in stock. So I went with this one instead, and I'm okay with it. I like it. So this one is a Gen 2.1 quick release. And this ring apparently glows in the dark. I don't know specifically how that works, but the pictures on it seem pretty cool. And the quick release works like that. And there's a little button right here that you press down. So pull that out. And here is the adapter. The one that I wanted, this body was blue and the ring was black, but just nobody had it in stock. And I had already ordered this and this shipped, and I'd already ordered this and this shipped, and I had 3 cancellations on the blue one because I was stock, but that'll work for now. And the last thing that I have is a steering wheel. I wanted this one specifically because it goes with the color scheme of the car that we're going with, and I saw this one and I thought this was just super cool. So for me, this is the one that I went with. So it's a 350 millimeter steering wheel, deep dish, 3-inch concave. Yeah, for me, this was the one to have. Oh, no. So it's just put it in here like this, and then this goes on the top of that, and then it's inside right there. So that's cool. Let's put it in. All right, so I ended up having to stop recording so I could do some work on this here. Some of the wires were a little too long. They didn't really fit in the hub too well. I think it took me like 3.5 hours to do that, but I finally got it done. So let me show you what it's like. All right, so here's the quick connect. Here's your steering wheel. And this is it now with the old school Nissan logo in it. And I personally think this looks dope. I think this looks sick as fuck. And it's like a one-off thing. I did it myself, so proud of that. And that was all the parts that I had to show today. During my marathon of working with the wheel, my dad came over and he started working on the engine while I was finishing this up. And I wanted to show you guys, we got the pistons and the rods put together, and we started putting them in there, but I wanted to film some of it, but I needed to film some of this as well. And then it's 105 degrees in here, so the GoPro keeps overheating. I don't know what I can do to fix that other than just buy like an actual camera. I don't have money for that. But we started putting in the pistons, and I'll show you that here in a second. But first, let me go ahead and show you the assembled piston versus the OEM. Okay, so here we have the OEM piston and the new aftermarket connecting rods and pistons that I bought for the car. So we're gonna do a little side-by-side comparison. I made sure that the exact height, exact width, everything matched perfectly. So wise coat piston, Manley rod, and the weight difference is this and this are a pretty big difference in weight. So he started putting in the pistons 1 through 5, and I'll show you that here. And I just showed you guys 6. We haven't got that one in there. And a funny story about that, and I'll go ahead and tell you about that right now. So while I was working on this steering wheel, I noticed I needed to get some, what is it, shrink wrap? Yeah, some shrink wrap for the cables. I came back, he had already got 5 in, he was working on 6 at the time. And I set some stuff down here on this table, and I didn't realize that he had one of the bearings on the corner of the table that was gonna go in here that he had not put in yet, and it fell, and I stepped on it. So I bent that, and unfortunately I have to buy a whole new set of bearings just for one cylinder. That's my mistake, I'm paying for it. I bought some new bearings, they're on their way. From here on, we're gonna start doing a lot more videos on the engine itself and putting the parts together and getting the engine built. I have enough parts here now so far to start working on the engine. I still haven't got my exhaust manifold. I haven't got that yet, and I haven't chose my turbo yet, but I will soon. Hey guys, one final thing before I go. I got a question for all my subs and people that are not even subscribers. If I was to do a 10,000 sub giveaway, what do you think I should give away? Do you think I should give away the OEM twin turbos, the OEM intake manifold, the OEM intercooler? Just let me know. What do you think? What do you think I should do for a giveaway, just for me to give back to everybody that's helped me? Because y'all have helped me a lot, and I want to give something back to everybody. So just let me know what you think I should do in the comments below, and I will do my best to try to get that happening. All right, see you guys later.